I'm the tech person here. Usually Clara Sue, our director, would open. Oh, Luis, can you open the door? Sorry. Clara Sue, our director, usually opens with a poem, but I don't have anything. I will let Greg treat you to a poem today. Give it up for Greg Pond.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming out to the February edition of Third Saturday Poetry in Chinatown. My name is Greg Pond. I am the host, and Clara Sue is the director, and she's not here this afternoon. She may come a little later, but nonetheless, good to have you. We have two wonderful features this afternoon, and we have several open mic slots. Our features this afternoon will be Wanda Sabir, Yay. And Jane Siegel. Yay. So yeah, we will have some wonderful poetry coming from them, and the open mic slots. There's a sign-up sheet over there, so please sign up if you'd like to read, and also. Silence your phones, vibrate or mute them, whatever. Also, after you read, you will get a complimentary pen. I've got some neon glitter and whatever type pens there. So after you read, you can pick a pen of your choice. And we'll start with a few open mics, and then we will go to a feature, a few more open mics, a feature, and then with open mics. Alrighty. So, that being said, I'm going to start off with a poem. That's not one of mine. We have some people coming in. Okay. I want to dedicate this poem, which was written by Maya Angelou. I'd like to dedicate it to the memory of Reverend Jesse Jackson. This is entitled, When Great Trees Fall. When great trees fall, rocks on distant hills shudder. Lions hunker down in tall grasses, and even elephants lumber after safety. When great trees fall in forests, small things recoil into silence, their senses eroded beyond fear. When great souls die, the air around us becomes light, rare, sterile. We breathe briefly. Our eyes briefly see with a hurtful clarity. Our memory, suddenly sharpened, examines, gnaws on kind words unsaid, promised walks never taken. Great souls die, and our reality, bound to them, takes leave of us. Our souls, dependent upon their nurture, now shrink, wizened. Our minds, formed and informed by their radiance, fall away. We are not so much maddened as reduced to the unutterable ignorance of dark, cold caves. When great souls die, after a period, peace blooms, slowly and always irregularly. Spaces fill with a kind of soothing electric vibration. Our senses, restored, never to be the same, whisper to us, they existed. They existed. We can be and be better, for they existed. When great trees fall, Maya Angelou. All right, we'll get started. I believe our first reader of the afternoon is Andre Wilson. Please come to the stage.
Thank you very much, Greg. I have my very first poetry chapbook coming out this September at the age of 61. No, 62. And it's been published by an imprint of Green Linden Press called Salon Refuse. Well, Green Linden Press, they have these contests every single year for poetry chapbooks. And I kept on coming in second place, honorable mention, runner-up. So finally they started a new imprint in which they invited back all those people who were finalists, second place, honorable mentions. So I submitted this time, and this time I won. My book is called Landfill, and it's about the summer when I was 16, and I worked at one of the largest landfills in Los Angeles, where I was almost seduced into becoming a boy prostitute that would service the sanitation workers throughout the city. The poem is written in the form of quaterns, in which it has a refrain that moves in each of the four stanzas. So that the second to the last line becomes the opening line and refrain for the next poem. So this is the pattern of it. There have been others before me, black boys whom the job coach assigned work in the district office of public works and sanitation. But the soup switched to locker rooms. There had been others before me. Had garbage men ever asked boys to clean their homes and rake their yards while their wives were away at work? Did the men suggest a shower? There had been others before me. I wonder if the boys had said no to men who worked the compactors, dozers, and incinerators. They'd make sure the bodies weren't found. There had been others before me. They'd make sure the bodies weren't found. In Milwaukee, Jeffrey Dahmer mainly cannibalized black men. In Atlanta, Wayne stalked black boys. In my city, black boys vanished. They'd make sure the bodies weren't found. I've wondered if any survived working in these dumps before me. Years later, I Googled missing persons and found faces like mine. They'd make sure the bodies weren't found. Not all missing were runaways, treated as disposable boys. Perhaps they lie in this landfill. I do not count myself lucky. They'd make sure the bodies weren't found. I do not count myself lucky. Luck implies that fate favored me, but not the other boys who worked at this landfill among grown men. I'm no different from those boys. I do not count myself lucky. As a boy, I dreamed a man would kidnap and love me forever. In nightmares, black boys who hustle and are abused seldom survive. I do not count myself lucky. If I survived men, drugs, and AIDS, my prepubescent looks men craved would have withered around these dumps. I'm alive, but I survived scarred. I do not count myself lucky. Thank you.
All right, up next, I believe Larry is up next. Larry and then Rick.
All right.
Thank you.
This poem is called The Heart. The heart is merely a muscle made of 4 chambers, the size of a fist. Not even a big fist. That would mean it was dangerously enlarged. This 10-ounce muscle needs to keep squeezing every minute of your life. And when it stops, you're dead. Each beat sends life-giving blood throughout your body, stopping by the lungs to load up on fresh oxygen. But what does this miraculous muscle comprehend? We attribute to it all of our feelings, our hopes and dreams, our aspirations, our pity, our pleasure, our exaltations. Love, too, although that can get entangled with another organ. This plucky little pump, it makes you cry at corny movies and unexpected reunions. It pounds like a bellows when you're scared. It skips a beat from joy and from shock. How does it decide what's important? When you spend so much time in your head, what is your heart up to, unsupervised? Poets and torch singers have told us interminably about heartbreak, which doesn't kill you, but sometimes you wish it would. When you lose at love, you feel it in your heart. Whether this love was deserved, wise, self-immolating, or just plain lucky. Did it ever have a snowball's chance in hell? Your heart knew what was coming before you did. It haunts your dreams. It spoils your favorite songs. It hurts so much words cannot say, no matter how much we try, and we do try. But I wonder, does heartbreak exercise your heart, making it stronger, as if it were training for a marathon? Thank you. The heart.
I must apologize. I forgot something very important that should have been done right before we began, and that's the ceremonial toast. We always do a toast to honor the poets and poetry, and we have plum wine, and we have tea, and so if you don't already have a little cup, get the cup, and
Anybody else in secret sauce?
I apologize for that. Thank you.
Yeah. Great photo.
All right, well, here's to poetry and to poets.
To poetry and to poets. To poets and to their poetry.
Right. Rick, I believe, is the next person up.
All right, you should know that this year, 2026, is the 800th anniversary of the death of our patron saint, Francis. He will make a brief appearance here.
Saint Francis of Assisi.
Exactly. Okay, this one is called Punching Air. I dropped out of PhD school, but I wanted to be sure that I hadn't missed anything. I audited classes at random. I pursued used books, not neglecting those with disintegrating binding, torn pages, markings in different hands, or yellow highlight. Books written by the less remarked authors, especially those with Slavic names, offered unique insight. I searched the bargain shelves and free boxes. I lingered in the redwood grove. Strawberry Creek murmured that I would have to hurry to econ class. I would later take the words to the Rose Garden for further consideration. I found my place in the back of the room on the far left. The lecture was emphatic. There's never enough. For emphatic emphasis, he made a fist and punched the air. Not once, but 1, 2, 3 times. I wondered if he had ever read wisdom teachers, the Buddha or Zen from the East, and Francis from the West. Triple punch air again. 1, 2, 3. We always need more. Perhaps the lecturer did not know about Goodwill stores, or if he couldn't find what he wanted at Goodwill, Berkeley offered garage sales. A few dollar bills collected among friends could provide cheese, olives, and peasant quality wine to be enjoyed by all. On the hillside, the afternoon sun and view across the bay to the Pacific were free. More money so that we can make even more money. I wanted to charitably redirect him away from his addiction. I considered. I'll tell you what I considered in a second. Let me get this page open. Come on, page. Aha. Success. Fool, dost not know that this very night thy soul will be demanded of thee. Much too negative, and perhaps he didn't read scripture. Consider the birds of the air, how they neither sow nor reap, nor gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. not likely to pierce his consciousness. And besides, it sounds like something that hippies believe. I raised my hand. The MBA candidates focused intensely. I did my best to cast, not by bread alone, into secular terms. The MBA candidates audibly gasped. The lecturer was much taken aback. When he had steadied himself, he said, "You have interesting ideas, young man. No one will listen." I resumed my silence and closely listened. He punched out, "Mine, and mine alone, not yours." Clearly, I would have to cross swords with him again, but not today. At the end of class, he ventured, "Young man, why are you the only one who contradicts me?" I was nonchalant. "I'm not depending on you for a grade, and I don't need a recommendation for a job."
Okay.
Now, I want to tell you, there's door prizes that go with this story. 2 pictures. One is the very first icon ever painted of St. Francis from Italy. I restored it. And the other is someone that you all have heard about, but perhaps never met personally, Mr. Natural. I happened to get his picture off of a trash can in Berkeley, and Natalie's holding them up. The first person to ask has the choice of one or the other. So there you go. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. That was
Oh,
great.
yes, wait. I like a bright orange. Thank you.
Right
You
on.
know the man who was the inspiration for Mr. Natural art runs used to come to Sacred Grounds.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Do you know what?
I don't know his name, but he used to come in a little cart.
Oh.
Yeah.
He used to
lead little groups
videotape.
of music.
Yeah,
What was
video-
his
You
name?
have a videotape?
the,
Because I just always knew Mr. Natural from comic books. I'd see him around.
He's based on a real person.
No kidding. Is there any biography of this real person?
Greg would know more about it than I.
I don't,
I'll talk to you.
yeah, I don't.
I would
but,
like to
yeah.
write a story about Mr. Natural because I think he and Francis go together.
That's good to know. But thank you very
We'll have one more open mic, and then we'll have our first of our 2 features. Yolanda, you step up.
All right.
One. Do you have a preference? Who goes first? You and James?
I'm not gonna have a preference.
Okay.
This poem is dedicated to my boyfriend, Enjo Mayoga. He passed from cancer of the liver October 2nd of last year in the hospice. It's called Homeless for the Holidays. I wrote it, was published in the Street Sheet in January of this year. Homeless for the holidays. To be poor, homeless, and unable to look for a job. Your spirit almost broken under the slush of the rain, the coldness of the night, the coldness of the soul of those who were once homeless and now must abide by anti-homeless propaganda, stalked by PayPal, by the Pentagon, by the CIA, by Peter Thiel in 2016, as well as before. To find some peace of mind when you have an RV, to stay as warm, safe, private, only to be told, quote unquote, no more, unless you have the 6 months exemption that for now can be renewed once. For those who came to San Francisco after May 2025 who were not notified do not qualify to be excused from the 2 hours parking limit. Set up as a new law by corporate global local San Francisco with help from the administration in a city as cold as ice. When will homeless lives matter? Lives the color of sand, the color of rust, as smoldering coal. Alas, humbug, what can come out besides crying in misty space? You can do enough if you haven't discarded your soul. You can protest, you can contact board of supervisors, you can write a letter to the Chronicle, Baby Times, local press. You can give a homeless person $1. You can talk to your friends during the holiday season. You can remember change Scrooge, remember Tiny Tim, remember 1970s scandal moratoriums in Los Angeles. One person can think, what I say or do doesn't matter, or you can remember stories told by elders who, despite being robbed of their art land, keep coming back trying to trust every year in the Bay Area for Thanksgiving. Some on streets, some on wheelchairs, walkers with canes, which have been confiscated by the police during homeless weeks. Some on their feet with worn out shoes, with used second-hand shoes. Because of our spirits, our beliefs tell the people, don't give up, fight back, resist negative propaganda, dare to struggle, dare to win. And my boyfriend, in closing, was the kind of person that I said, let's go buy some jeans, some sweatshirts, some t-shirts. He would go to the Goodwill and the Salvation Army. He also went to Zuckerberg. I have since found out that in other clinics, you don't need a liver transplant, they can give you treatment. But poor people, no such luck.
Bless you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay. It's feature time. So I'm going to introduce James J. Siegel. James J. Siegel is the author of the poetry collections The God of San Francisco and How Ghosts Travel. He's the host and curator of the monthly Literary Speakeasy show at Martuni's Piano Bar in San Francisco, which is a wonderful venue, by the way. His poems have been featured in several journals and anthologies, including Foglifter, the Cortland Review, Borderlands, Texas Poetry Review, and more. Please welcome to the stage James Siegel.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Greg, for having me and for hosting the show. Thank you, Clarion. Thank you guys all for coming out here on a Saturday when it's finally not raining. So, so I'm so thrilled to be here after the Lunar New Year, the year of the fire horse. So I'm very, very excited to be here. Thank you guys again. So let's see, where do we want to start? So I'm going to start with a New Year's poem. So while I'm looking, how's everybody doing? Everybody good?
Yeah.
It's my first time having some wine, actually. Sorry, I just was putting things together. I'm usually a little more on top of it. All right. And I need my glasses. I'm getting old. All right. In the last remaining minutes of the year, I tiptoe from the party and out the back door to breathe in what is left and what will soon be gone. To salvage some small silence before the corks pop and the sky burns with crackling rain. This would be the perfect moment for a cigarette if I hadn't decided now was the time to kick that habit. So I turned to my old habit of eavesdropping, listening to gossip in the undertones of dark hours. The winter wind rustles the remains of a magnolia tree. The neighbor's cat comes out of hiding to moan at the moon. A red-eye flight drones off into the west. What if this new year is a mirror of the 12 months that came before? We will still have stillness where we can find it. There will still be quiet before midnight bells, still the soft hum of neon signs and bus lines, the echo of champagne laughter from kitchen windows, celebrating what still is, the people we love still here. Thank you. And this is I'm gonna just take this off. Make my life a little easier. All right, and this is a little bit of a love poem. It's called Mount of Venus. I want to believe all the cups in this Celtic cross you dealt are really meant for me. An abundance of chalices, the star in my crown, an empress in my house. There is a sorcery in the way you can read me. The black candles we light burning shadows into walls, and in those shadows are shapes like the wings of messenger angels, Gabriel at the Annunciation. When I was young, I could put my faith in fantasies. Sun and moon standing still, newspaper horoscopes with lucky numbers. Suddenly, everywhere I go, 6s and 9s on house doors and telephone extensions, perfect psychic geometry. But at my age, I stopped believing everything adds up, aligns. The time I was born, position of the stars reading me like a mood ring, my Capricorn cusp bouncing me between earth and air. I want to believe the Chinese zodiac, my horse compatible with your dog, but I've always summoned snakes and goats and two-faced Geminis into the orbit of my ether. How nice to have a year to call my own, 12 months of love and luck and prosperity, but I don't believe. Not until my hand is in yours, the delicate drag of your fingers along the crevices of my heart and head, the soft drifting past my Jupiter and Saturn to point out the pattern of my future. The warm vibration of you circling and circling the terrain of Venus. Thank you guys. Another little... I'm always inspired by the moon, so here's a little moon poem. And I was so happy to hear someone say we're springing ahead and putting the clocks forward soon. I really need some light. This is Jesus and the Young Moon. The night is cold, but the stained glass Christ of the Methodist Church pours forth its warm glow. At the feet of Jesus, a small flock of sheep, and in the crook of his holy arm, a tiny calf, shepherd's staff in his right hand. It's a reminder that we are all young once, fragile and in need of care. Even the divine pressed to the breast of his mother, young like tonight's moon, a crescent, a fraction of what it will someday be, but still burning through the cloud cover, hot white and godlike. Look at you, incandescent in your infancy, but only waiting your time to be more. Thank you guys. All right, so those were newer things. I'm gonna read some stuff from my last collection, which was The God of San Francisco. There's some things I want to get to, but I want to make sure I don't go over my time. So if I am, please bring out the hook, Greg. Yeah, let's do this first because, yeah, like I said, I'm getting really sick of the rain. And when I moved to San Francisco over 20 years ago, I was so happy until it rained for literally 29 days straight. At first, I found the humor in it. The flooded streets, the rushing waters, trash cans yanked from the sidewalk to sail away like untethered canoes. Broken umbrellas, inside out, spines cracked as though they took one last gasp, pleading with their owners, "Go on without me." For a week or so, I even found the beauty, lovers pulling one coat over their heads, skipping puddles to catch a cab. The miniature Mississippi River running the length of the restaurant window, two friends at a table sharing a bottle of wine, their blurry reflection like two swimmers dining at the bottom of a lake. But now I'm tired of beauty and laughter. Tired of wet socks and pant legs, the dirty pavement crack ponds I always step in. Sleepless from the night clouds galloping past the rooftops, sparks of lightning from their hooves, tired of their churning worry in the gut that tells me maybe San Francisco was a mistake. The weight of water on the lungs, the heft of an ocean on the heart to admit that kind of mistake. Crossing the continent, 2,000 miles in 3 days, a West Coast plan, and everything I own stuffed in the trunk of the car, and all those I left behind only to say, I was wrong. I need those inkwell skies to dry, for that California light to bend through the bedroom window and shake me awake. I need to fall in love again with the curves of Lombard Street, sunset flickering on the waves of the bay, the bright possibility of calling this place home. I need a cable car postcard day. Tourists cresting the Powell Street Hill, the St. Francis Hotel in Union Square, seagulls circling a perfect blue sky. I need to put a stamp on this. Mail it back to Ohio, a short note scrawled on the side, San Francisco is beautiful, and I am doing just fine. Thank you, guys. So yeah, I have been living here for over 20 years via Ohio, or from Ohio, and you know, you think you know a lot, and then you get to San Francisco and you're like, wow, I really didn't know anything. Especially, I'm gonna put this back up here for a second, especially when it comes to your community and your queer community. And yeah, living here in San Francisco has taught me a lot. So I'm gonna read the title poem from the book, which is The God of San Francisco. Some people believe the God of San Francisco has taken his throne at the top of Twin Peaks, a mighty Mount Olympus 900 feet above the city, where the kingdom of heaven embraces the kingdom of the bay. At that elevation, it is difficult not to see that something greater guides the way, watches over all creatures and creation, coming and going by bridge and by air, by cable car and ferry. Watch as the west erupts with light, the sun that drops into the Pacific, burning brighter than an angel entering the atmosphere. Watch the fog that follows, floats like the Holy Ghost down the rocky hillsides to hang over Hayes Valley, the Haight-Ashbury, the sweet incense of some Catholic Mass. Yes, it is difficult not to believe, but they are correct in name and name alone, because my Savior has a bar stool at the Twin Peaks Tavern, a window seat to watch the world where Market Street meets Castro, and the rainbow flags flap in the cold of another West Coast wind. I go there when I need religion at a happy hour price, a Bud Light baptism, when I need a good lesson that God has yet to leave us behind. He sits alone, his hand turned to vein and bone, but buy him a martini, vodka with 2 olives, extra dirty, and he will tell you anything you need to know. From the gold rush to North Beach, where the sailors wore dresses over their anchor tattoos, to Jose Sarria and the Black Cat, the Nightingale of Montgomery Street. Yes, those were the days when the prophets wore pearls, when the Bible was burlesque, and the saints mingled with the sinners, the night a lightning strike of arias and police sirens. God save us, Nelly Queens. He raises a glass to the Nevermore, the 21st Street Baths, the Elephant Walk, to Harvey and his bullhorn, a drink to the things that slipped away, the bullets that shattered brains, the murder called manslaughter, ushering in those white night riots. The shattered glass of City Hall, cop cars turned to funeral pyres. And he remembers death, coming like it did in Egypt, stealing the firstborn, the secondborn, any young man who fell in love with the twilight over Polk Street, the obituary pages doubling every day with the black and white faces of the men who colored the Castro. And he can tell you how he washed the feet of skinny boys with lesions, boys in hospice beds wheeled to the window for one final look of the city at dawn, then wheeled to the morgues with no one, no family to claim their remains. So he took them, all of them, ashes upon ashes, collected and released where the ocean waters worship the glory of the Golden Gate. He scattered them in south of Market bars where the man in leather tap a keg, toast the life of another dead brother. And he set them free where the winds bow when Ben genuflected for the San Francisco sky, all the bodies that danced in Folsom neon and Freedom Day parades, in disco light and speakeasy darkness, and the soft ballet of love and life, they flutter and float forever, where the oceans wear a halo from the moon, and the towers of Twin Peaks glow in the resurrection of the night.
Wow.
Thank you, guys. I will wrap it up with a couple short ones. So we will move from Golden Gate to Golden Gate Park, or Twin Peaks to Golden Gate Park.
We've got about
Got it. All right. So this is called Mighty Real. Walking down to the AIDS Grove, where the names of the dead are etched in limestone, I hear a familiar song rising from beyond the redwoods and pines. You make me feel mighty real. Sylvester, disco gospel, the afternoon air drenched in synthesizers. Even the dragonflies in Golden Gate Park float on the bass line. And as the path leads to a clearing, we see 100 men and women dancing on the green lawns where usually there is only silence, introspection, but today people are moving to the music. I feel real when you touch me. I feel real when you kiss me. And people are kissing and touching and spinning enormous flags that turn the sky to tie-dye, fluorescent, psychedelic. I swear it must be their auras bursting free and bleeding from their palms, reds and oranges and yellows that remind me we are fearless, sensual, filled with joy. It's what I've been needing to see. I am tired of writing about death. I am ready to dance again. Thank you guys so much. And I will leave it at this poem. Like I said, I've been here for over 20 years now, and so this is my poem for the city that is now my home. It's Kite Hill, 20 years. After all this time in San Francisco and the countless climbs up Kite Hill, I've never seen anyone flying a kite. But there is always one solitary person sitting on the one and only park bench that balances high above the city. It's a special place for the lonely or for those who need to be alone for a moment or two. 2 decades in California, and I've taken my share of moments on that rickety wooden perch, where the wind is cruel and often violent, and even the birds struggle to sail the currents, where the cold is a deep ocean cold that rivals the Midwestern winters I was born and raised in. But I will never leave. The years reduce the weather to nothing, and the view of the bay is everything. The little homes on Corona Heights, the buildings along Market Street, I'll tilt and sway against the immensity of the clouds. I've felt them pull and tug as though tied to a bridle, perfectly adrift against the sky and perfectly in place. Thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Another hand for James.
Don't forget your hat.
Thank you. Okay. Next few people up are going to be David, E, Tim, and North J.
Hi, Gloria. Always a pleasure to be here. Unfortunately, I'm deaf and I don't know.
Where's the women?
It's what?
The women, W-O-M-E-N, the females?
The women.
Thank you for the women being here.
Oh, you're welcome.
This was I wrote 3 or 4 days ago. All right. It's called The Dream Beam. Stem the tide, ebb and flow. Nowhere to hide, somewhere to go. Line recedes, leaves its mark, murmur, subtle, sometimes stark. Ascend the mountain, reach the peak, and move above. No need to speak. The people, yes. The wilderness, the need to bless. Sandberg, Carl, beneath Nebraska. If you have questions, stop and ask her. Maple syrup, tap the tree. His words not lost, they speak to me. Robert Frost, bitter cold in 2 directions. Young and old, these stretch deep. Behold, indigenous. Continuous web, the strands connecting us. Angelou Maya, hearts on fire. To higher realms she still aspires. Langston Hughes, reveal the blues. Harlem Renaissance, freedom grooves. Stomp and holler, shout and dance. Entrance for romance. Gil Scott-Heron, Amiri Baraka, break the chains, open the locker. Tubman Harriet in her chariot, reverse the pains, release the reins. Spread your wings to fly with cranes. E equals MC squared about human beings, Einstein carried. The people, yes, they dig Bad Bunny. It's funny. It's not about ads. It's not about money. ... As a full-blood Jew, I speak to the Jews. A man without land has nothing. Or, save one life, you save the world. Yin and yang. Caught in the old testicle. Listen to Big Mo. Stop killing your neighbors for land that will be here long after you're dead. Settlers, bullshit. Vigilantes, not settlers. Chosen people, yes. Chosen to receive and interpret the Spirit for all. Not chosen to exclude others, chosen to reach, to teach, chosen to know, and then let go. I don't know, how much time have we got here today?
Got a few more minutes.
Okay, we'll do one more. Forest, not farce. Poet is a living rock, chip off old block, sentinel, guardian. Outpost, influx, extrapolation, paragraph with indentation, spoker of the speaking word, condensation, confirmation, indication, deepest channel, steepest truth, attic, just beneath the roof, cataract, seeming, abyss, cataclysm, lover's kiss, sex, consensual, blood that's menstrual, oracular, spectacular, or just the faintest breath, extolling life, expanding death into a capsule, pinpoint, dot of what is rhyme, unravel, not to be taken lightly, but sparkly and sprightly. Thank you.
You. Tim. Next.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. The invasion of pantomime. Calling all monsters. I love you, due to my heart like cardboard cities. Tear it up, you giant reptiles. Stomp my school to pudding. Calling all green things, swamp things and hulks. Calling all insects bigger than my hand. Calling all Mothra. Do me, baby. Pollinate my home fucking town. Rise from the sea. Majestic. That year we needed each other. Used to believe in a poetry of mostly verbs. Funding, find, all nouns, flick, tween, ecstasy, stasis, table, chair, cigar, nickel, match, no less us, no less. Boardwalk bars, poor last century's radio gods. That single sun flare, melt the whole information. Back go phones, just voice in them.
All right, Harry North K.
How many do I get?
We have about 4 minutes, 45 minutes.
How y'all doing? My name is Tyree Pond. My performer name, my artist name is North Tay. I'm a songwriter, also of all genres of music. I also do poetry as well. I'm gonna read 2 short poems, one from my dad's book, 4 a.m. Light, and then one from Sally Love Saunders' book, The Creative Itch, and then one original piece that I'm still working on. Thank you.
I'll start.
says, like to write. I like to write while my pencil walks ahead. And since I'm often a stroke or so behind, I don't mind being led along the lines or on the blank slates by the ballpoint or felt tip pen. Across endless reams where my thoughts freely stream, where I can express what I do or do not believe. Somewhere where it's always safe for me to flip the script or to turn a page, a place to act out on a paper thin stage. My fingers conduct the band, my imagination leads the parade. My pencil in hand does the scribble dance while I write the night away. I like that one, I'm a songwriter, so that hit home. I feel like, for me, my favorite process of like writing a song is the writing process. You know, performing it is fun too as well, but just the creative part of like writing is amazing. This one from Sally Love Saunders is I just wrote and wrote. Oh, if I just wrote and wrote. If I just wrote and wrote and wrote, but I finally not need a large pad to need to express myself? Could there ever be a point when I can say I've written all I have to say? I doubt it. All right, this one is called Let's Come Together. So here we go. So let's come together. We all gotta do better. They wanna see us separated so they can do whatever they want to us, never for us. Won't let us breathe or live truly free. We won't let them do it. Melt ice, and may it wash away the filth stain of the Donald Duck Trump administration's propaganda agenda, or the pedo weaklings, not leaders. They're far from that, the furthest. They don't deserve the jail they deem fit for us, other humans. 1,500 feet below sea level, where they should lie. They stand for our fall, for together they know that we can do anything. I was there front line at the No Kings rally. I've seen the presence and the power of united humanity. They try to scheme us, but we stand strong. This is our time. Rally together. We'll come out the other side stronger if we go hand in hand through the Dunces Valley. Thank y'all.
By the way, that's my son. It's time for the second of our wonderful features of the afternoon. Wanda Sabir, founder of Souljourning for Truth Ministry Incorporated, is a retired college professor, independent scholar, storyteller, and spiritual healer who practices a decolonized 12-step recovery, insight meditation, ancestral reverence, Maafa, San Francisco Bay Area, and African cosmology. She is a journalist for over 35 years, print, web, and radio. Wanda Picks is her tagline. At Wanda Picks is her tagline. She's also a Louisiana native, San Francisco transplant, mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. Too young for that. She's a published writer, editor, poet, filmmaker, and multi-genre archivist whose assignments come from the unseen realm or heavens. Ashe.
Ashe.
Please welcome Wanda Sabir.
Thank you so much, Greg, and thank you so much, those of you who came to support art and poetry. I'm really cold. It's really cold in here, so I don't have on my coat, but anyway, yeah, I didn't know I needed to wear thermals. Next time I'll come prepared. Hmm?
Of course.
Thank you. Shivering.
Oh, thank you. This is good. Yeah. So these are all new poems, except one. And yeah, so let's go for a journey. Returning to the mother of us all. Mother, Father, Spirit that lives in me, grant me access to the divine. Let her voice sing me into the mountains. Let her voice sing me across valleys. Let her voice carry me past Jupiter's many moons, dance me through Saturn's hoops, place me near Mars' heat. Carry me, O Creator, when I tire. Let me rest on dust trails I used to follow with my eyes. The rise and fall, the summer salts, all blessed, she say. She who know, say, elusive mystery, make me wise woman, Sophia, Ea Joe's daughter, Ea Truth's daughter, Ea Helen's daughter, my daughters too. She thirsty and water fills her hands. They cups and spoons and bowls spill over and form rivers between the mountains, floors, caves, barren landscapes. She blue, she red, she yellow, she green, she distant, she big, she narrow, she streams. Dear Spirit who speaks to hearts, who waves, who wakes what was dead from sweet dreams. Give our daughter vision to see, clear her mind of thoughts which tie her to earth, gravity, those energies that push and pull yet do not satisfy. Spirit, release her from limitations, those she attracts in human form. Free her from all doubt. Let truth light her path as she runs across the universe. Let her remember her songs. Let her sing like the birds whose wings she borrows. Angelic chorus lifts as she sails into turbulence. Her presence, medicine. She is. Spirit, give her vision when clouds appear suddenly. Spirit, give her faith when the path dips, turns, and seemingly disappears. Fill her with faith and knowledge. Let her know when no one else knows you are here. You live in her too. She is because you are all. This moment that seems endless began with hope. A bow that swings towards and back towards. She's balanced. We light her path. Spirit, speak inside her. Whisperer, speak inside her ears when the cacophony overwhelms her senses and the earth below grows closer. Falling, slipping, tumbling, she skates along a horizon she cannot see across. Tell her, Spirit, tell her we are all, and she dances with love. Tell her to rest when weary, close her eyes, sing her sleepy, wake her with rain, a gentle breeze, mist. Quicken her feet, wet her lips with salt, open her mouth. Let the words fall like food into hungry breasts. Let her feed children. Let her calm distress. Let her voice clear confusion. Be still, she say, and all is well. For now, for always, if we believe she true. Suffering is temporary, is her gospel. So is this temporal moment. Space is illusion. There is no there, only here. Spirit guide her hands, lighten her step as she sails along the skies into light, into dusk, into twilight. She lives. We live. They live. Yes. Yes is all is allowed. Yes is all that is allowed in the spaces she cracks open. Hope is yes on a mission. We guide her footsteps. She lives in you, daughter. She lives in me, mother, grandmother, auntie, the yet to be born. She nothing at all. She is Ashe. You are the best thing, Toni Morrison said. A song I like says, remember the you your mother made? I told him, that's the only name I answered to. And then I closed the door, turned the deadbolt and left him on the other side. I gone home. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Start breathing. My mask on. Hope y'all are not contagious out there. My muse, and nobody told me at 66 and 67, almost 68. My muse is a short, stout woman, healthy yet lean. Not lean as in skinny. Nah, this big bone woman carries inspiration in a kerchief tied just so over her thinning plaited hair. She wears a size 13 shoe so her toes can spread out and roam while the path is being cleared and carved. Her heels keep her grounded. Her body grows tall like a California sequoia. Her roots wrapped around the waist of her sisters whose trunks sit packed near the doorway. Tickets lie on the mantle next to entrances and exits. It's all the same. What do you have to say to me? I ask. She takes her time to answer. I feel her twisting inside my mouth. She bubbles up like a laugh, a giggle, a smile. There are no words, honey, she says as she spits into a bucket lined with earth. Flowers grow into her utterances. She's a rainbow. I open my mouth and dream and worlds appear. I recognize what's past and some of what's present. The future is a veiled concept. This stout woman sits on a stool shucking peas, sipping cold, sweet tea, and waiting for me to catch up. I'm right next to her, yet she is a distant concept floating by on a paper boat. I row and the motion keeps me from sinking. The rowing, riding is what keeps me alive. She was here before I arrived. Occasionally I see her look up and smile. I wave and smile back at her. The bowl of peas grows heavy. It is now a mountain. I think about climbing the hill, but for now I tread water. I dream dreams. I float between today and tomorrow, my or yesterdays. I used to believe in yesterdays, but when they caught up to me and I looked them over, it was not much worth saving. The sweetness evaporated as soon as tomorrow rose on yonder hill or yonder horizon. I could see her even at that distance, shucking peas, sipping tea, and looking at me. Her shiny golden front tooth a gleaming light in my darkness. She was sunshine I sailed toward. When I reached her shore, the peas were steamed with butter and cornbread. I opened my napkin and picked up my silver fork and enjoyed the meal she prepared. She smiled, my hunger enough thanks. And another thing, nobody told me that at 66, 67, almost 68, my daughters would not call me friend, that I'd have to learn to love me better so I wouldn't feel so alone. Nobody told me that food is not the best companion. Nobody told me that the best friend an old lady could have are strong Louisiana legs, add to that a Fuji bike. Nobody told me that at 66, 67, almost 68, it would be as hard as it is to lose 10 pounds. Nobody told me that sometimes I'd not be able to get out the bed, that the closest I get to sunshine was a window pane. Nobody told me that I'd learned to be invisible. Nobody told me that I'd look with wonder at my fine body in the mirror with delight, that I would see my youth and older womanliness journey chronicled here in this fleshed, multi-volume collection. The body keeps track, I agree. I have full lung capacity because I practice. I can also keep score. Nobody told me, and I asked, how important is it to keep moving? So few peers like to move. My treks are solitary. Nobody told me I would measure my life by my mother's, however she and I are different. Nobody told me I would stop running and learn to enjoy sunsets and embody stillness I surrender to daily, moonrise too. Nobody told me I didn't have to work everything out in advance, that I didn't have to know what happens at the end of the story, you know, the part where the princess decides to save herself. Nobody told me how great I am just because I am. I had to figure that out all by myself. Nobody told me not to listen to the world, that it would tell this black woman lies about herself. Nobody told this black woman she was more, always more than a projection, even when the water ran shallow and I couldn't see my toes. Thank you. Pause as sacred dance, and this is for Megan, who leads the midweek meditation that I attend. Right now, I'm living in the space between inactivity and knee-jerk response. I'm channeling elegant, not crass. I'm choosing to be still. Yes, I'm still breathing. I can forget and then remember because breathing happens when I am thinking and when I forget. The pause is a lost and found moment. It is where forgotten things walk or go to rest. It is where they lie down, stretch out, and even die. The pause can be infinite. Death has no beginning or end. It just shows up with a voucher stamp due. The pause is the space between potential energy. It's where hope sits near a shovel. It is the hole we look down into, then quickly away until tomorrow. It is the party we do not attend, the dance we skip, the choice we make to sit still in the chair by the wall in the dark, invisible. Not now, we say, not now, maybe later, maybe never, but never comes when we least expect her. So we take time to pray and get ready. We practice hope. Getting ready for some things is not possible. Being ready for everything is like the breath that happens whether we pay attention or forget to listen after the credits roll and the lights come up and we look around the theater and the seats are empty. Where is everyone? Let's pay attention and then forget to pay attention. Attention is so hard to sustain. We can hold ourselves inflexible, upright, uptight, stiff, and righteous for a short while before it crumbles into the earth. Those piles of earth next to shovels, next to depots, used to be me, and you, and we. Say, to the wonder of it all. People say we are stardust, but before we were stardust, we were dirt. Dirt is where things grow. It is where the seeds go at bedtime. I feel tired. My head hurts too much all the time. My shoulders are tight. I tap my body awake. I rub my chest, my heart, my lower dantian into the now, into yesterday, back into now, which was then, and then it is also tomorrow. I can't keep up. I stop running. I slow to a walk. I sit down on the stool. I fall off into slumber. I am dreaming blossoms and soft rain. Good morning, love. Good morning, light. Good morning, being. see at the end of this one, if I have any time left. Red Rivers. 1. I am thinking about my ancestors who are walking with me now, mending hems, HEMS. She builds fences with rushes between shallow ends of the river that runs between my legs. I am grateful, she says. Though the river has stopped flowing, I remember her monthly call. She was not always welcome. I built dams to hold her at bay. Camouflage, she found new routes. I had to smile as she flowed and ran away from plugs and bridges, dams. There was no stopping her. Red Rivers tracing origin stories in white cloth, bloody tracks along stitched seams. I learned to lean into it with acceptance, gratitude. She was life. Ashe. Rivers running wild inside, dripping, spotting, and finally drying up. 2. I was so surprised 4 years ago to see her again. It was a miracle. The river, a renegade wild card. She returned carrying news I never asked for. When she returned again after 4 years, she brought cancer with her. A final lesson, a last fierce flowing before the surgeons emptied the riverbed. Honey waters, love remembering itself, sticky sweetness. Relax, she says. Tell the story, Wanda. What can happen? All they can say is, what? 3. I am living my life like it's golden, Yeye Oshun says. Grandmother's Red River spilling into Pearl River, into Mississippi River, into the Gulf of Mexico. Red River crosses state lines into California, Guadalupe River, San Francisco Creek, into Bay. She crosses bridges into Salso Creek, Ocean River West. Large bodies of water swirling and swirling, don't flush. Rivers spilling between shores, conjured along migratory trails, escape routes, running, forgotten, covered, erased, asphalt blackened streets where Red River slows to a trickle. Once fierce and mighty, she stops, nothing lasts. Heat waves wrinkle pavement, the great Red River carving tomorrows into sediment rocks beneath East 14th Street. New Orleans Parish, Pearl River County. She is Crescent City, St. Francis, Oak Trees, Alameda Naval Base, War and Pieces, PIECES, fragments, landfills, nothing lasts. Not even the river that flows between these legs. 4. Mama lays, grandmother thighs, aunties, riverbanks, clotheslines, tubs full of suds, stained garments dammed with broken timber, twigs, sticks scattered across many horizons, gathered, scooped. I remember the belt, the cold text hanging between legs, catching river water in mason jars, Red River resistance. She was not contained. I remember stigma, blood splattered pants, sweater skirts, belts tied with sleeves. I remember projections, pimples, headaches, the curse, it was called. I remembered holding on to me. We wasted and discarded. We loved too. We know love. 5. The river flows. It flows now in my heart. It flows in my mind. I remember her movements, unrestrained, free. The river, a gift. Who knew? She carried love, life. And now the riverbed is dry. I see the harvest. So many wiggly living things. I call them daughters, grandsons, great-grandsons. The river continues. She continues even now. The waters are deep between us. She flows. She flows. She flows unstoppable into tomorrow, places I cannot see yet. I live there too. Just as my mothers couldn't see me, a fish in a river too far into the distance. We are vast, we river children. 6. It is a red river women share, washing her hair, rinsing her tears, birthing generations, spilling laughter into her raging waters, tranquil, strategic. The river moves in her heart. She moves in mine. I sit along the riverbank and watch her pass. I dip in a toe. I wade into her expanse. I remember with humor our battles. I didn't win, I didn't lose. Can't win here, can't lose. It's not a contest or a battle, it's a journey. The body's a canoe. I put my oars into the current and push myself along. I enjoy the journey. The canoe is comfortable. It fits my contours. The river is gentle. We settle. I relax the oars. They float away. I ease into new directions. I have no idea where we are going. I enjoy the journey, all of it. What I enjoy most is presence, the river that remains. I can set sail whenever I want. Seaworthy, we cannot capsize or sink. I see other canoes in the water. I wave as they pass, as I pass. Sometimes they wave in response. Often I see a smile. Smiles live in the river. Love lives in this river. It holds me up and it will take me away soon. I am not worried. The journeys continue. Who knew? As I stood in the bathroom on Tioga Street, hooking a Kotex between my legs, the hard piece of cotton stiff and uncomfortable. Who knew we'd be here 50 years later missing each other? Missing containers, missing ovum, living in the Red River. We laugh. Nostalgia is a thing old women do. We sit on the riverbank washing our feet, dipping our bodies, tossing clothes, rinsing off the year's sorrows, regrets, remorse, swimming into a new life. The Red River carries us forward. She lives in our veins. She flows in our memories. She walks in new bodies. My daughters, my granddaughter. Thank you for the journey. Thank you, ancestral mother, for this life. May I continue to honor your gifts with each breath. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Well, none of my poems are short, but
Another.
it's this. Okay, all right, short for me. Thank you. I mean, when I timed myself, it was like 23 minutes. Okay, this one's untitled. This is from my friend Monica, who is an ancestor, and her mother just joined her in January last month. Paul is now an ancestor. Yeah, I was able to share this with her last July when I wrote it. I think someone might have mentioned Harriet Tubman. I'm not sure, but there's a national park dedicated to her and named for her, and in Cambridge, Maryland. And this poem is the consequence of that wonderful journey to Harriet Tubman's place of birth and injury and freedom. In lieu of flowers, ancestors, you are remembered here in this body. We assemble, do the work, we speak the words, we fold, iron, button, fasten the beltways that connect this flesh life to all lives. Yes, we remember you. You flower and we, your descendants who carry on even in silence, silent genes that hint and trouble still waters, reflections bubbling, trickling into a Chesapeake Bay. In lieu of flowers, we speak it into yet another lifetime, one unseen, yet here visible even when unacknowledged. We know, ancestors, your books live on flesh shelves in blood. In lieu of flowers, ancestors, we visit graves unmarked. Remarkable moments we hold dear. Big skies cover us like a billowing cloth. We take cover in your wise embrace. Ancestors, we bring ourselves to sacred sites, clearings bereft of antiquities, trees, edifices, crafted then discarded, erased. We are remembered, ancestors, in your legacy, built to last. We make no excuses for time between now and the last time. We are here now, in lieu of flowers, temporary, pretty things that remind us of you, butterflies or flying flowers who bloom for a short season, pass along the message, and then move on. We pick up the envelopes, read messages imprinted on landscapes cleared. God writes in invisible ink. Nothing is lost. You are not lost. We speak for those silenced. We mourn those lost to memory. We call your names even when those names are unknown. You live in our bones. In lieu of flowers, ancestors, we plant seeds of remembrance in our libations, in our pots stirred with her stories, his stories, they stories, unpublished, copyright floating on waters between us. We know water. We know water and sky and the between places too. We are everything. We are nothing at all. Ancestors, in lieu of flowers, we pause to assure ourselves a splintered, fragmented self that is often discouraged that we have everything we need. You show us that nothing is a thing too. That power comes from that cipher, that we have to stay connected to roots, not cut flowers which, while lovely, do not last. Thank you so much.
Get it.
Another hand for Wanda.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up we have Cesar, JJ, Alice. Is this G, Greg Smith?
I need to take that one off. I thought we were taking attendance.
Oh, okay. That's all
I'm
right.
sorry.
All right. So Cesar is up next, and then JJ Rush, Alice, and Luis, and Owen Dunkel.
Tough act to follow. I think this reaches.
A little higher?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Okay, I can hear myself, so I'm assuming you guys can hear me in the back. So, first poem. They locked her up. They locked up my muse. 365 days in county. But there she has a project. There she brings imagination to the inmates, to the guards, to the warden. In her company, prison bars strum like guitar strings. In her presence, concrete blocks slide off their mortar. In her presence, concrete blocks ripen into alphabet blocks. Inmates become verse makers. Poetry recitals occupy the mess hall. The warden organizes open mics. Poems are written every hour. The ink of pens, a new fire water. The jail runs out of paper. Napkins absorb the spill of poems. They locked her up. They locked up my muse. Still I hear her when I listen through my blood. She is with me as we wade through a stream, as we wade through the waters of creation. We swim between newborn volcanoes. She is with me as we witness the fire. Fire primordial, fire existential, fire intentional. They locked her up. They locked up my muse. Still, she is with me as she sets my ink on fire. Okay, this one's called La Encarcelada. A woman-sized seed but draped with leaves and stems. Leaves and stems, the colors of ancient blue, nascent green, and sky maroon. A woman-sized seed harnesses the mystery of time. Time that gambols across the summer months. Time that snowplows backwards through the icy winter. Time monumental and still, of worlds and archaeology. Time that hitches on the melody of carols, a paper airplane to the holidays. Time that hides behind the moon. A woman-sized seed bypasses the mathematics of space. Galaxies too far to see, she nudges them. Loved ones too far to visit, she offers her secret door. The masses distressed at the border. The metal fence becomes her drum to them. Lovers and pets who crave her touch, she offers caress. A woman-sized seed undrapes her leaves and stems. Behold a heart bruised but strong. A heart is colored ancient blue, nascent green, and sky maroon. A heart that pulses slow and certain. A heart that pulses sangre into her leaves and stems. A heart that pulses sangre to her raza. A heart that pulses sangre to her planet. Un corazón that pulses sangre to her universe. A woman-sized seed becomes a woman of her raza. Una mujer de su planeta. Una mujer del universo. Una mujer who holds deepest space within a compass point. Una mujer who holds eternity within her pulse. This one's called The Visitor. When he arrives by day, he is barely noticed. Then at night, he enchants you like a movie star. Sometimes he is crepe thin, other times he is obese. Always he is elegant, always he is foreign. Noticed or not, he comes bearing gifts, gifts brilliant and cool, gifts concealed in silver gleam, gleam that penetrates cinder blocks, beams that penetrate skin, beams that lodge in muscle, beams that lodge in organs, beams with coded knowledge, knowledge from very far, knowledge of dance steps that do not need a floor, dance steps emotional, dance steps intellectual. The visitor, elegant and foreign, invites you to his dance, a dance potent as the tides, a dance sterling as his orbit. Thank you very much.
All right, J.J. Rush, Alice, Luis, and Owen.
What a pleasure being here today, and I want to give a hand to all of you extraordinary poets. And to Wanda Sabir and all the rest of you ladies, I want to sing this song to you. When I was your sweet cakes, you gave me everything. Then you up and left me, leaving me only the moon. So many things you left me. Teardrops to sample my life, stardust and moon glow to live by, little trinkets from loving you. Just a day without you, a moment without your smile, makes me sad and lonely, thinking of you in my arms. The sadness lasts just a moment, when I think of you, all the things you gave me everything and more. Thank you. Something happened Thursday. I think we need to recognize it because it just shows you how time flies. The great civil rights hero Jesse Jackson passed, and I just had to do something to commemorate him while he is still in our minds. Okay. And the poem that I'm going to read you, I must have well, let me start it off by saying, there is no such thing as a Goliath. The people need to be free, especially those with history wrote in memory. For certain, the likes of Christmas addicts cannot really die, nor can nationhood and brotherhood be just another lie. And what brave soul would dare to say Toussaint L'Ouverture is dead and forgotten? For certainly, Toussaint is alive and well in all of us at bottom. But in the hordes of men that regularly cross life's flesh line, many fail to live full lives because of the prospect of dying. But out of the bush, time and time again, the likes of a Marcus Garvey emerges, prophetic, magnificent, and brilliantly defiant to authority and all its burdens. But Goliath has 1,000 fears, and easily are they seen. But we have very little to fear, and in this we reign supreme. For out of the magical universe, the message of life is clear. Prepare to fight, to live your life, and for all the things you hold most dear. When at death's door, whenever you knock, no longer touched by the fray, your golden performance, depart like Dr. King, the part that never dies. It will live forever in the streams we nourish by. Thank you. This is a short one. This is a continuation of the luxury of you. Pretty women jump fences to tell me what they need for a daddy, Tahitian scents, and designer clothes when daddy comes to call in the evening. Some chicks don't sell for Cadillacs, only Ferraris will do. It's a player's world of honey and money. Fortunes are made in the choosing. Luxuries come in many forms. Try buying caviar. Treating your date to a dinner steak will get you to her door. At 11 p.m. there's a spending spree. Don't laugh when I call it sweet. But laid back in dainty 90s, under red light and fancy curls, is the lady that's won my paycheck at the ready to rock my world. That's the luxury of you. Love is a luxury I spend with you. Nothing can be better than a love that's proven true. The feeling overwhelmed me when I kiss your lips. Then I feel all diamond studded in your bliss. I live in luxury loving you. The feeling overwhelmed me when I kiss your lips. Then I feel all diamond studded in your bliss. I live in luxury loving you. Many cats love partying, telling jokes and guzzling the wine, staying up till the joints close, having fun with friends. Some guys build skyscrapers and castles in the sand. Backhold with a Barbie green makes space for planes to land. It's akin to what I found, a luxury just the same. Your loving arms that lift me up have me screaming, hallelujah, man. That's the luxury of you. Nothing can be better than love, that's proven true. The feeling really grips me when I kiss your lips. Then I'm feeling diamond studded in your bliss. I live in luxury loving you. Some fellows love mountain climbing and traveling around the globe as ministers of finance and speakers in the courts of law. Others seek knighthood and higher paying position. But in the field of luxuries, I'm lured by your fascination. Your cologne is the signal opening my luxury account. Victoria's Secret is the password keeping me on the track. Whenever we are together, for me, that's the top of the town. And when you turn on that red light, a king's ransom I will pay for what I found. That's the luxury of you. Love is the luxury I spend with you. Nothing can be better than a love that's proven true. The feeling really grips me when I kiss your lips. Then I'm feeling diamond studded in your bliss. I live in luxury, loving you. Thank you.
Alice, and Luis, and Owen.
Main Street or pupusas. If you keep going down Mission Street, there is a row of shops from El Salvadorians. I'm looking for pupusas, puffy stuffed pastry with beans and cheese, and new ones like with spinach or zucchini. In the U.S., the immigration laws changed and the life in El Salvador changed through wars and violence. People needed asylum. A new neighborhood started to appear, and when I visited Main Street in my old hometown, I saw there is now a Colombian restaurant and a Peruvian restaurant. Some people would like Main Street to be like the 1950s, with hamburgers, cokes, and fries. You can have that, but the warm, comforting pupusas are my delight. Wood smoke. Freezing rain hits the windows with a gray cloud passing overhead to come back again in a shower. Going outside, I can smell wood smoke, said to cause harm to myself in the air. But today I remember my sojourn to a North Coast town. The whiff of wood smoke in the air, like breathing incense, makes me remember redwoods and salmon berries on a path to a little cabin down a dark road. Some thought I'd left the world. I thought I'd found the world in nature, yet people brought me back. The wood smoke sparks my memories, both good and sad, on city streets that could be called again tomorrow. I no longer take deep breaths. I know it's dangerous. Fresno signs. Driving through twilight in the country cities in the valley, tiny fruit stands on the edge of the highway advertising baskets of apricots, highway patrol cars hiding behind signs, heat rising from the ground, Baldassar Forestier's gardens, underground gardens hidden from the heat. On the radio, I hear of possible nuclear disasters in Ukraine as herons and geese fly over ponds. A mariachi band down the road playing for hours and hours into the night, practicing for the next all-night party. A grandfather sensei returned to his farm after the camps, a Japanese family name on a sign. Looking for a small Italian restaurant, Mama Lucia's on the next sign. Driving back to San Francisco, light and dark images receding into the Fresno night.
All right, Luis.
Hi everyone, oh it's Len. I work here. So thanks for all the wonderful features and stuff, and thanks for everyone who shared poetry. You guys make it special every month. So I want to shout out Yolanda specifically, because she always comes like every month and just says like the realest stuff you've ever heard for like 5 minutes straight, and then just like hops off stage like it was nothing. So like, shout out Yolanda, give Yolanda a round of applause. But yeah, so 2 poems. This one my grandma wrote, I don't know how long ago, but she died when I was like 11, and I'm like 25 now, so like, she probably wrote it in like the 90s or something. Open your hands, let your limitations be carried away by the wind, unclasp your fists, watch the red-eyed demons descend into the earth. Shadows will rise from your palms like smoke. Keep your hands open until you are emptied, wait and receive the gift. Pretty good. And one more, just 1 second to pull it up. The next one is lyrics to a spoken word song by this band Sonic Youth. It's like kind of just always struck me because they don't really do spoken word songs outside of this one. And the lyrics were like really like cryptic to me at first, but when you read them, it's just describing a really brutal car crash. But it sounds like the world, he sounds like he's describing the world ending or something. So it's like, you know, it's pretty interesting. But sorry, they are almost right. Okay. Take the wheel of the world and drive. They were alive, like him. He was no better. He did not need words. He did not deny his existence. He moved in daily stasis, like an animal. Sunrise come, the white railings, the reflective pain. Reflective pain, he walked. He did what he had to. He asked no questions. He had few conversations. The tar glistens in the noon heat. He tread across the grass, up onto and down off of the concrete abutments. Mirage on the highway, ghosts in the tunnel, the dark cave, out into the blinding light of the day at breakneck speed. Every bolt rumbling, glistening highway mirage groans. The slick surface, careening into the first, the small mammal, and then screeching along the guardrail, scraping paint and throwing sparks like sheets of pure terror for 400 yards. Over and over with one final back and forth, rocking motion coming to the rest. Half the front end ripped away, sheared off by the guardrails, the beautiful paint job hopelessly marred. Smoke and flames. He moves to the small creature, searing whistles off of the steaming blow-off. Echoes of a billowy sunlit clouds high above, oil and other petrol distillates everywhere. On its back, wheels spinning like a cinema classic. A door sags open and a man covered in his own blood drops 3 feet or so to the pavement. The car is still rattling and shaking as if with a life all its own, unwilling to die. The man, 40-ish, also after a time, an agonizingly painful, unfathomable period of time. Time of beyond terror to the dream of reality, is also unwilling to die. He realizes this at last. Suddenly, all is quite quiet there in the sunlight on the highway. But what can I do? I cannot move. Everything is about broken. Blood everywhere missing with the oil and gas, that other blood. What's moving? Must turn my head. Pain. Unbelievable broken pain. White light blinded. Huh? Some guy there kneeling in the blinding mirage of white light. All my strength to... like they scream in the song, and he goes like, ah! Like, it's like really loud. They want to like screaming out, help me please. He tried to tamp out the bit of burning ember which had leapt from the wreck onto his grimy coat sleeve. Coughing blood, what happened? He's inching towards the final truth. He strode off into the woods with the animal. It still lived. Didn't glance back at all. Still out ghosting the road, death on the highway, words crumble around me and fall with the weight of heaven. I cannot move, I am beneath the great weight. I cannot see, my eyes are blinded. I am in the darkness. Okay, it's a song for the times. Like, I know it's not like come on, like, you know, like, I'm sorry for the downer, but like, you know.
Is that moving on?
Sorry?
Is that moving on?
It's called In the Kingdom number 19.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Sorry, I know that was like a downer. My bad.
Well, right on. Anything for a pen.
Someone shows the blood. Thank you, Louise. All right, Owen's our last reader. Owen Dunkel. Step up.
Dangling into the street, I hear the siren singing, so near to the one and only, far and above the singing star. I wooed and got back, too far from a knack for wooing and winning, the seance of sinning, and pining always in the woods for my dear and near, and far from away and fade to the elders of rhyme and reason in the season of love and equation. Water, water everywhere, water, water to drink, water to wash. Yes, it is water. The ocean is miles of water. The Pacific is bigger and wider than the Atlantic, bigger and wider. It reaches from the west coast to Asia and the Orient, then flows into the Indian Ocean and up past Madagascar to Spain and Portugal, then to England, hence the English Channel. Funny thing happened to me on the way to the market, up the street on Granite Street. There they are preparing for a fair tomorrow. They've hired Rambo security to observe and supervise, sort of. The more things happen, the more things stay the same. One fair after another. Ah me, ah me. So this is the famous North Beach, home of City Lights books. Oh, I say, the world is full of light and pain, but it goes on spinning round and round, full of me, don't the duller, slow and grasping, for words of this world, words that can come and go as they please. In and out, up and down, doing nothing, doing something, doing as someone else pleases, and not as I please. I try to please myself, but end up pleasing no one. Care I for all there is in the cake we call heaven? Maybe, maybe not. It is some place we are trying like hell to enter. But where is it? Is it up? Is it down? Some people say it is around. Around the corner of doubt and worry. But worry about what? What, something or nothing? Yes, nothing at all. Chances are there is nothing ahead or up there. Roar around the corner. Soar to the ends of the earth. Score one in the library. More is yet to come. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow.
One more.
Cat game. Life should be as easy as a game of tic-tac-toe. I wish it was, but it is not. The human mind has all sorts and kinds of twists and turns. Thoughts come and go. Some of them are the thoughts that one can have, or should one. Only the best and the best only. But that is not always the case. Insolence comes and goes. Impotence and insolence are one. Thank you very much.
Ollie.
Behind you.
All right. Is anyone who wants to read, did not get a chance to read? Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you all so much. Thank our wonderful features, James Siegel,